welcome to my channel. I am Ayobola Adebowale, your baby's doctor, and it is always a pleasure to bring you reliable information about your child's health and well-being. So today we'll be talking about neonatal jaundice, which is jaundice that occurs in the newborn period. And this is rather common these days because statistics says we have about 1 in 2 children that will present with jaundice in the newborn period, which is why it is actually very important for us to know what neonatal jaundice is, how it presents, the risk factors for neonatal jaundice, and of course the treatment modalities that can be done to prevent complications. So this is what this video is about. It is very important for every parent and parent-to-be to have reliable information about neonatal jaundice so that we can prevent the complications of neonatal jaundice. Thank you so much for joining us. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please do so now. Like and click the notification bell so you can get notified every time I post a reliable video. Thank you so much for joining us again today. All right, so welcome back. Let's go to the business of today, neonatal jaundice. And I had already described what neonatal period means, the first 28 days of life. So any jaundice that occurs in this period is called neonatal jaundice. Jaundice itself, simply put, means yellowish discoloration of the eyes, the white part of the eyes, which is also called the sclera, and the skin. So you see a child that has yellowish discoloration of the eyes and the skin, the child has jaundice, because it is actually very, very important for you to be able to recognize what jaundice is, because it is only after recognizing it that you would seek help. So when you have a newborn that has this yellowish tinge in the white part of the eye and the skin, it is jaundice and you should actually seek help. So for the causes of jaundice, they can be divided into 2 broad categories, the physiologic jaundice and the pathologic jaundice. So for the physiologic jaundice, it means, well, from the normal way the body works, the jaundice occurs. So in children, in newborn, it is probably due to the fact that, well, their red blood cells have a shorter lifespan, so they are likely to die earlier. And anytime a red blood cell dies in your body, it will go through the process of producing bilirubin. But of course, thank God, the body is able to metabolize the bilirubin and excrete it as it should. And then again, in newborns, the liver is not well developed. Okay? So the process, especially preterm babies, the process of actually metabolizing this bilirubin is slower, or the bilirubin, the rate at which the bilirubin is being broken down is faster than the rate at which it's being metabolized. I hope I've not gotten you confused. So yes, that is what physiologic jaundice is. For pathologic jaundice, it means that something underground that is actually causing the jaundice. And there are some examples. I'm sure some of us are familiar with ABO incompatibility. So this occurs when the mother is of blood group O and the baby has another blood group, maybe A or B or AB. Okay, so the mother's blood will cross-react with the baby's blood, and then this will cause breaking down of the blood cells. Another one that is quite similar to the ABO incompatibility is the rhesus incompatibility. Okay, so the mother here is rhesus negative. She has had a child that was rhesus positive, so her body has been sensitized, and then she has produced soldiers, antibodies to fight the next time she sees that. Okay, and then she now has another baby that is rhesus positive, so automatically her own body starts fighting against the baby's blood cells, and then this will also cause hemolysis. There are some other things that can cause hemolysis pathologically. There are some drugs, some sulfur-containing drugs. There are some items like naphthalene balls, that's camphor that a lot of people put in their children's clothing, can actually lead to jaundice. Another thing is menthol, so mentholatum, and although some children would actually have jaundice because of that. So those are some of the things that you should actually avoid in the newborn period. Another cause of jaundice that, well, is also common is infections. So when children have infections, they are also at risk of having jaundice. And one that is rather, well, maybe not uncommon, but we don't really see it in this part of the world, is the G6PD deficiency. I think maybe in subsequent videos, I would, kind of like break down each of these and go into details, especially ABO incompatibility, rhesus incompatibility, and maybe G6PD, so that we can actually have deep information about it. But for the sake of this video, I'm just going to go through the overview of jaundice and how it presents. So I've already described how it presents to you. Your baby simply has yellowish discoloration of the eyes and the sclera. So when this occurs, you should actually seek medical help. In managing a child that has jaundice, there are different levels. The first level is observation. So the doctor sees your child. Well, okay, sees it's just on the face. Okay, maybe about 5. Okay, let's have an investigation done. We check the level of the jaundice. Okay, it's not so high. We tell you to come back maybe after a day or 2 days to repeat it. And usually the way the jaundice goes, in the first 5 days it rises, 5 to 7 days it plateaus and then starts going down. But then by the age of eight days, which is usually the naming ceremony day, the child's brain, the blood-brain barrier has been well built, and the child is almost not at risk of having complications from jaundice. Okay, so the first few days of life, those are the days that are actually very important, and that is why you should actually observe your child for jaundice and get help when necessary. So the next phase after observation is phototherapy. So we have observed your child and we figured that, well, the rate of rise of the bilirubin is quite high, or the level of the bilirubin is now high that we can't afford to tell you to go home. So we'll place your child on phototherapy. And this is just the mechanism in which the bilirubin structure is changed into one that can be easily excreted by the body. So we'll place the child under a photo box where we have some fluorescent bulbs, usually blue or green lights, and these lights have a particular wavelength. They have a particular distance that they must have from your baby's body. We expose your baby to this phototherapy, although we cover the eyes and the genitals to prevent complications. Then we'll place this baby under this phototherapy and wait till the photolight does the changing of the structure of the bilirubin. So that is phototherapy. And then the third phase, which both parents and doctors usually pray that baby does not get to, but when the baby gets to that particular phase, we have to do what we have to do. At this stage, the bilirubin has gotten to a level where it is now very dangerous to the brain, usually 20, but even in some cases it can be less. In preterms, it is way less than 20. Okay, so it is individualized for each child, and this is the stage of exchange blood transfusion. So the idea of exchange blood transfusion is to remove the baby's blood, which is already saturated with bilirubin, and to change it with a fresh blood that was taken from someone who is compatible with both the baby and the mother. Okay, so it's not like we withdraw the baby's blood and then we put somebody else's blood, but we exchange it. So as we are removing the baby's blood, we are replacing it. So it kind of works in a form of dilution. You're trying to dilute Coke and water. You put some Coke, you remove some Coke, you put water, you remove some of that mixture again, you put water. So at the end of the whole thing, you actually have a dilute form, and that is what happens in exchange blood transfusion. Exchange blood transfusion, by the time we start using exchange blood transfusion, at that point, the benefits of exchange blood transfusion have actually outweighed the risk. So when your baby needs exchange blood transfusion, please do not reject it. Your doctors must have evaluated your baby to know that yes, this is the only thing that we can do to save this baby's brain. Remember that I told you that the brain is very permeable in the first few days of life because the blood-brain barrier has not fully developed. So please, we need to protect that baby's brain because there are some complications of jaundice, such as cerebral palsy, that you really do not want to deal with. So let the doctors do what they deem fit. Is that observation, phototherapy, or exchange blood transfusion? Whichever one will work for your baby, please allow your doctors to go through it. So apart from cerebral palsy, there are some other things that your child can actually have as a complication of untreated jaundice, like deafness, okay, and then some of them can have a stained enamel. So those are some of the, in fact, left to me, those are a little bit mild compared to cerebral palsy, but please, whatever your doctor says is the necessary steps to take, please cooperate with your doctors so that they can help save your baby's future. So jaundice, can it be prevented? Yes, it can be prevented. And like I always say, antenatal care is very important because during your antenatal care, your blood group will be done. They will check your blood group. They will know if you are O. They will know if you are rhesus negative. For rhesus negative mothers, usually after your first pregnancy, they give you Rogam, which is like an immunization. It's an injection which you have to take to prevent your body from producing antibodies against your children's blood. So please, if you are rhesus negative, that is, you are maybe O positive, O negative, B negative, A negative, AB negative, whatever your blood group is, be that negative, please, you need to tell your doctor during your antenatal care. Also, for children that are at risk of infections, they can be treated on time to prevent jaundice. So those are some of the ways by which you can actually prevent jaundice. But one that is actually very important is early detection. early detection of jaundice and seeking medical help would actually help to reduce jaundice and its complications. Now, you're going to say some words after me. There are some things that parents bring, some ideologies and some myths that some parents actually bring to the clinics. And I'm like, I need to keep saying this until everybody gets it. So repeat after me wherever you are. I shall not put my child under sunlight. Yes. The light we use for phototherapy is a special light. It's actually formulated for phototherapy. Please do not put your child under sunlight. That's number one. Number two, say after me. I will not put pawpaw juice in my child's eyes. Yes, people actually put pawpaw juice in their child's eyes. So fair. Can you put pawpaw juice in your own eyes? Number three, say after me. I will not put breast milk in my baby's eyes. Do not put, because after you now put breast milk in your baby's eyes, we'll now finish dealing with the jaundice. They will now start dealing with infection. So please do not do these things. They don't work and then they harm your baby. So what's the point of doing them when you're not going to get the benefit? And then lastly, say after me. Yes, you, say after me. I shall not give my child herbal concussion. So jaundice can be treated. Please, it can be treated and it can be managed. Go to the hospital, see a pediatrician, let them attend to your baby, let them give them the best care possible. Avoid taking advice from people about pawpaw, herbal concussion, some herbs, and all that. So that's it for today. That's it on neonatal jaundice overview. I already promised you that I'm going to make videos to talk about some intricacies like ABO incompatibility, rhesus incompatibility, G6PD, and of course, breastfeeding and breast milk jaundice. So I would make videos later to talk about this. But thank you so much for paying attention to this video. Please share. Some people are on your timeline, some people are around you that actually need this information. Please share so that we can as well together reduce the problems that we have around jaundice. If this video has been very helpful, please click the like button, click the subscribe button if you have not subscribed, and click the notification bell so that you can get notified every time I post a video like this. Thank you so much for watching. If there is any question, any comment, or you want me to talk about something that I did not talk about in this video, or you actually want me to talk about something in subsequent videos, please drop them in the section below, the comment section, and I will respond. I'm always excited to respond to your questions and comments. Thank you so much, and see you next week. Bye.